We've seen again another positive COVID test in the Scottish Premiership. How much is this in the players' minds at the moment, the fact that it's still very much a delicate situation we find ourselves in?
Yeah, it's obviously very, very delicate, but us at the club are trying to do as much as we possibly can, and we've had our test back and we've been negative, so we're just trying to focus on ourselves, getting back, look forward to getting back to playing games as well, and it's a huge game for us on Saturday coming.
The First Minister spoken this afternoon. It looks like we won't have supporters in grounds properly until the first week in October now at best, or even beyond that perhaps. How big a problem has that been for players? How big a challenge has it been for players? You're now, a month or so into the games?
Yeah, it's difficult for every single player and for both teams, no matter who you're playing against. But for us, it's crucial that we can get fans back. And it's hard playing in front of no fans. You can hear everyone chatting away, you can hear everyone shouting. But for us, it's all about getting the fans back in as safely as possible. And here's hoping we can do that very soon. I'm not sure what the First Minister says today yet. I've not seen that, but we'll just have to abide by her rules.
This game this weekend is a test event, though. There'll be a few hundred Ross County supporters in the ground. Will that be a strange atmosphere to play in, having some fans but none of your own fans?
It'll just be good just getting fans back into it. It's crucial that we get fans back into the stadium and that we start playing in front of them yet again. But as I say, we need to do it safely, and this is a little test for us, and here's hoping it works well.
Just final question from me on the back of the COVID bits and pieces. Is Bolly Bolingoli back in training with you guys? Yeah, have you spoke to him as captain, or is that something out with your remit at the moment?
That's a club matter now. We're just focusing on ourselves. We're just making sure that we're ready, we're focused for Saturday coming.
Scott, what's the most difficult aspect of playing in front of no supporters?
They're our 12th man at Celtic Park. Everyone knows how good our fans are. They spur us on, especially if it's 0-0, 30, 40 minutes into the game, and they kick us on, and that's who we want to play for. We want to play in front of 60,000 fans, and we've missed that. We've missed the fans being able to have that little bit of contact with you, few photos here and there, and a little chat to them as well. And it's hard for every single one, because it's hard for us to say no to somebody on the street when we're walking about the street and they're asking for a photo or a 5-minute chat and stuff. It's hard to say that, but we want things to get back to normal. Everybody does, but we need to make sure that we're all doing our bit.
You've obviously played a few games now behind closed doors. Is it still something you can't get used to?
I think it's the new norm. We need to just deal with the situation. We've dealt with it so far, not too bad. But for us, as I say, it's crucial we get fans back. But you can hear the lads telling you've got a man on. You can hear the lads telling you've got time, shut left, shut right. So you've got to try and take the positives out of every situation.
Scott, how useful was the international break in the time that you and other guys who weren't away on international duty were able to get together, and what was it? What did you work on in that period?
Yeah, it's more. We had a couple of days off, let the legs recharge, but we also had a few days hard running, a few hard sessions as well. But most of it, it's about how we're going to play different formations, how we're going to build up from the back, how we're going to counter-attack teams, how we're going to press teams. It's pretty much what we do most days in training, but it's just a selected number, obviously. But for us, it was good to recharge, especially for myself. Batteries and kind of go on now. We're looking forward to the next month before the next international break, and hopefully we can get all the games in and we can get some good results and good performances as well.
I know they were both away on international duty, so I'm not sure to what extent you've been able to meet up with the new boys, Shane Duffy and David Turnbull. But from what you have come into contact with them, what you've seen of them, what will they be like as additions to the club, do you think?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of David. He's played really well against us as well, and he's a fantastic footballer. He's young, he's keen, and he wants to be at this club, and I think that's the main thing for us. And Shane is the exact same. He's international for Republic of Ireland. He's a leader. He's great in the air. He's good with the ball at his feet as well, and he's a strong defender. But for us, it's great. It's a great few signings that we've brought in recently, and that's definitely going to help strengthen the squad.
from a personal note for you, how much does not being involved in the Scotland setup anymore benefit you during the season?
Yeah, I said it before, and for me, that's why I retired. I retired to look after my body and to try and play as long as I possibly can at Celtic. And the weeks international, I came in for a couple of days, worked extremely hard, but also had a few days off, relax, recover, and chill, to be perfectly honest. But for me, that was the main thing why I retired from international football. And I would obviously love to still be playing, but it's the whole season drags on about 11 and a half months. You don't get any holidays, and you can't keep doing it year after year, especially at my age.
Al just touched on the signing of David Turnbull there. Celtic are stacked with centre mids at the moment. Is there a harder position to try and break into at the club at the moment than centre mid?
Competition's great throughout the whole squad. It's good. We're bringing in youngsters as well. We're also bringing people that want to be at this club, that are keen to look forward and hopefully create a few chances for us as well. And David's he's a great lad. He's been in a couple of days now. He was away with Scotland under 21s, and I'm sure he'll be looking to try and push that Scotland 18 now. But it's all about working hard and making sure everyone's at the top of the game, and the manager wants strength and depth throughout the whole squad, and that's what we're slowly getting to.
The number of fans allowed at Ross County is very small. Do you expect that to make any sort of difference to the atmosphere at all? Only a few hundred?
We'll have to wait and see. I don't know how it's going to be, if they're going to be in one stand or if they're going to be dotted throughout the whole stadium now. So we'll just wait and see how that goes.
When you have a break like that, it's a chance to reflect and look back and how the season has started. How do you look back and how the season has been for the team so far, and also for yourself personally? How do you feel your game's been?
For me personally, I think I look at the team, not individuals, and we could always... Everyone could do better. We know that. We've had one bad result. But when you look back and you actually analyse the games, we've dominated the games, and that's what we do. We've just not managed to put the ball in the back of the net as much as we would like to. We need to make sure that we're a little bit more solid at the back as well, and we're tighter in the middle of the park. So I think everyone, when you look throughout it, thinks there's a few improvements that we all can make as a team. But no, we're looking good so far. We've had a few good results. We played well, and we're in a good place now.
How do you view your season going forward as well? Do you feel like you have enough energy in the legs to play 65 games again, or do you think you now need to start sort of managing games a little bit more and looking into that?
It's not for me to decide. That's for the manager. For me, as long as I can manage to keep training, keeping up the young ones as well, and I'll just push it as far as I possibly can. I want to be here. I love being here. I love training. I love playing in games. If it's this season the manager goes, you maybe need to sit aside more, so be it, and I'll do whatever's best for this club.
And with the signing of the likes of Turnbull and Duffy, how important is it to have a crop of sort of young Scottish players like Turnbull coming through and making sure that Celtic are always trying to sign the best Scottish players that are coming through in the league?
Yeah, that's what we try and do. We always try and bring in youth, no matter what position it is, and we always look to try and strengthen every single window. We've done that really well this window. So, no, for us, we're looking to try and bring in as many players as we possibly can, and the board can, and that's what's so good about this club.
Scott, just going back to the weekend's game against Ross County, what do you expect from the opposition up in Dingwall?
Yeah, we know Dingwall is always a hard place to go, and here's hoping we get some nice weather for a change. But the pitch should be good. Both teams want to try and play football as well, so it'll be a good game. It'll be a battle as well. Everyone wants to win that battle the first 10-15 minutes, then we can get the ball down and play. But here's hoping we have a good performance. We work hard, we press them high up the park, and we create a few chances.
And how do you view these next round of games? Obviously, before the next international break, it's 5 league games and a Cup European qualifier as well. Do you see these next few games as perhaps a favourable run? You're not playing any of last season's top 4, and it's a chance to build momentum going into the international break and then the old firm once the international break's over?
For us, we just concentrate on the game coming up on Saturday, one game at a time. Looking forward to Ross County, looking forward to playing there. Hopefully get a good result, get 3 points, and we come back down the road.